Anyway, would I buy this trike again? Let me answer this. I love this thing. Although, would I have bought this again if I knew what I knew now, what I didn't know then? What I didn't know then, I know now. I'm gonna say probably not. And here's why. I live in the Southwest. And I'm temporarily based here in Las Cruces, but I'm not going to stay here permanently. My permanent home is in Santa Fe. And Santa Fe has a lot of good mountain bike trails and some bike trails. But in New Mexico, bike trails are intermittent here. Right now I'm on a road. I'm riding on the road. I don't have a bike trail. I'm headed to a location that does have a bike trail. They're stitched work together, but they don't meet. It's like somebody does a little subdivision and puts a bike trail in, and the next guy doesn't, and so it's hit or miss. You'll go from bike trail to no bike trail, bike trail to no bike trail. So you're riding on the road a lot, and I don't really like that. So that being said, I would probably go for a fat tad of some fat tired trike because of the terrain that I'm in. I could be riding a lot more trails. If I had the ability to go off-road. I can't take my trike right there. I don't even know if you can take a fat tad right there. That's some deep sand. I don't even think you could take it out there. Not in this area. Look at that sand. But there's a lot of gravel trails here in New Mexico, Las Cruces, hundreds of miles of them. This is one of the premier gravel bike areas in New Mexico. They have hundreds and hundreds of miles of gravel riding here. Paved. There's thousands of miles of paved, but the bike trails they're putting you on a lot of highways. So I think I could do both if I had a fat tired trike, but the Terra Trike I stay on, I don't take it off road that much. It's just too rough. I ride my tires inflated pretty well because I like the ride better, firm ride on the pavement. I think if I had to do it over again, I would have got a fat tired trike, which would have put me into the Sunseeker because I wouldn't have spent the money. Terra Trike makes the Traveler, but it doesn't have a real fat tire on it. It has off-road larger tires, but I probably would have went with another brand. Just saying. I'd like to have both. Whatever. Just being honest with you. I feel guilty for saying that while I'm riding my Charge, because I really like this girl. She's it's like you'd have different cars for different things. You have different cars for different things. You have off-road for going off-road. You have your sports car like the Spider, the Terra Trike Spider, for being sporty and going fast and hugging corners. So it really depends on what you're riding in. But look at this country that I live in. There's some nice gravel roads that I could go out in there in. Got a lot of ditch banks down here that I could ride. I would never have to touch pavement. I'd have to cross it, but I wouldn't have to be on pavement if I rode the ditch banks. They go all over the Rio Grande Valley. I could literally do thousands of miles if I had an off-road trike. When I go back to Santa Fe, right around my house is Premier mountain bike, gravelly, a little bit of sand. I think a trike would do well there. Here, it can get real sandy down here, but up north, you know, they're at 7,000 feet up there. I'm at 4,000 feet here. Santa Fe, where my house is at, is much rockier and gravelier. But I think I still would do an off suspensioned trike, and it would probably be the Sunseeker. They make a mid-drive and a hub drive now. I don't know how long they've been making them. Utah Trike sells those. You can buy them offline. I'd probably try that trike out. Now, I noticed that trike from Utah Trike, when you watch the reviews, Utah Trike says, you can buy this trike, it's the most affordable trike, and a fat tired suspension trike out there, but then you have to do all these upgrade mods to it because the bearings aren't sealed. They have steering control upgrades, and which I'm sure they don't charge a lot for, but why don't they just make it that way? Those components can't cost that much more than the ones they're selling on them. I just don't understand the logic behind that. But anyway, I think I'd go with a Sunseeker just because of the price tag, or I might go with a Terra Trike Traveler and have them install fat tires on it for me. And then I think I'd have to have a mid-drive installed because I don't think that trike comes with a e-assist directly. You have to have it added on. So you're looking at well over $5 grand for a new trike. So I don't know what I would do. I'm going to drive on gravel now and show you how it does. Got 50 pounds of air in here. It does it. It does it. I'm not having any problems, but it's shaking my guts out. I don't like riding on gravel. I just wanted to do it for you to show you. You can do it. You'd have to let some air out of the tires. My fenders don't like it. Little rocks get up in there. Those fenders hug the tires and you can hear them. The rocks get in there. Finally clears itself out. Anyway, see, this gravel road right here goes for miles. Let's go down here a little bit. See, I don't have a suspension, and it's just rough riding. So why would you want to ride out there? Well, if you watch my video about where Pat Garrett, the guy who shot Billy the Kid, he died right up there on that mountain. He got shot up there. Somebody killed him up there. Right on the front of the Oregon Mountains. He owned a ranch out there, right there. So, I don't know, there's historic stuff out here to go look at. And that road goes for a long ways, for miles. You probably can't see it on this GoPro, but it goes way up there to the foot of those mountains. This road right here. If I had a fat tad, I could ride that trike. That gives me somewhere else to ride. That's a mountain right there. I don't think you can walk up it. I don't think you could ride up it. I wouldn't want to, because if you ride up it, you got to come down it. I don't think a trike would go up there, but you can get to the bottom of it. A stands for Aggies. That's our mascot for our college here, New Mexico State University. That's a mountain. So, would I buy this trike again? I guess if I had money, I'd keep this one and go get me 2 more trikes. I'd buy me a Spider for sporty days, Corvette ride, you know, and put a mid drive on one of those and just have a ball hugging some of these hilly roads and taking corners quick, because I am an old hot rodder, street rodder. I'd like to do that. And then I like to off-road. I used to be a four-wheel drive guy to go out in this country here. I would do that. So the dilemma is, what kind of trike do you want? Well, you're going to have to base it on what is the highest percentage of what you're going to do. Now the fats can do what this does on the street. You can get a fat with a it's not a knobby tire, it's more of a slick tire, and they have them with knobbies with the center is smooth, so you can ride it on the street. So I guess I would go with a fat. I might, knowing that I really like the people at Terra Trike, if I decide to get something else, I might upgrade to the Traveler and ask them for fat tires put on it in a mid-drive. I don't think I would take my loyalty away from Terra Trike. One, customer service, impeccable. I work with Lori and Jared is the mechanic that I deal with. There's not a question that I haven't had that he hasn't responded to, given me the manuals, told me how to fix my trike, or made recommendations on where to get it fixed, or how, not where to go, but what to do. So they're not trying to gouge me a second time. I think I'll stay with Terra Trike because I'm loyal to them. I think I will upgrade. I'll probably keep my Terra Trike Charge just because maybe I have a friend come over that's about my size. I'm a little shy of 6 foot. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm shrinking. I'm getting older. I am probably 5'8.5", 5'9" now, maybe 5'10". I doubt it. I don't have hair, so I probably lost a couple inches there. I'll probably just stay with Terra Trike because I like them. I like their quality. They're not overly priced. I think they make a dang good trike. Now, I did say that I thought they were expensive, but that's not Terra Trike's fault. They're one of the most competitive brands on the market for a quality build bike. Can't always be about money, so you get what you pay for. I can't tell you about the other manufacturers. I just know what Mickey at Laid Back Cycle says, and then there's another guy who has a YouTube channel that does Laid Back Report, and he's sponsored by these people. Mickey's selling these components, but see, Mickey sells everything, just about. I think they even added AZIB onto their line. Ice, Greenspeed, Cat. So I'm not selling these things, and I don't have any reason to propaganda you, and I would never bamboozle you or lead you astray, but I wouldn't be afraid to buy this trike. It's a well-built piece of machinery. It's manufactured, the frame's built in Taiwan, and it's manufactured in America. It's put together in America with the components that they source. So I hope this review is helping you. I think I've covered everything. I don't think I'm going to do much more to this trike because I think I've just about tapped out what I want to do. I thought about getting some handlebars that come out of here. They use them to get in and out of the trike, but I don't have problems getting in and out of my trike. You can see that I made this cover for my computer. This thing here, I made it out of different things and put some flex on it to seal it all up, just to see, because it gets reflective. And I'll probably pull it off there. It doesn't really help much. You can see it's still reflecting. It was something custom I made just to see if that would help. Just shadow it a little bit, but it doesn't really do what I want it to do, so I'll probably cut that off there. Oh, one thing I dislike about this trike, under here is where you select up and down, the telemetry's in the center, and then the off and on is on the bottom. Now, I'm old. I've got cataracts coming on. I've got neuropathy of the, is that how you say it? Neuropathy? Diabetic neuropathy in the eyes. One eye is having problems with vision. Here, as soon as I get bad enough to meet insurance requirements, I will get a surgery to remove the cataracts. So I have a hard time seeing. My glasses correct pretty good for distance. I can see out there really well. But when I transition down, I got bifocals built into my glasses. But when I'm wearing a sun visor and I've got protective, my sunglasses are these prescription glasses are also tinted. Between the two, it keeps all the glare off my eyes. But when I look down, I have a hard time seeing those buttons because they're black. And I'm always punching the wrong one. Either I turn it off by accident, or I'm fumbling around because I can't see it. I notice on the Sun Tracker and on some of the other manufacturers of trikes, their e-assist controls are much bigger. They have big buttons. They're mounted up higher where you can look and see them. These are subdued. You can't see them from here. You can't see them from here. You can't see them from here. Heck, you can't see them when your hands are on them. And I don't know what that top button does. It has a light, but I don't know what it does. There's no light on this trike. So, and then it has the up button, the telemetry button's in the center, and then the down button, and then the off and on button. If I was going to ask Terra Trike to do anything different, I would make those somewhere else or make them bigger and change those controls a little bit. The throttle's right here. You turn that throttle, it's right next to the controls. It's a real throttle. That works good. I like that. I like the steering of the trike. I don't know. I'm just telling you, what would I change? What would I do? I don't know. I hope this helps. I told you I'd do a 6-month review of the Terra Trike Charge. And I fulfilled my promise. I don't know, folks, that's the best I can do for you right now. I'll probably give you an update here in a while. I'm gonna have to cut this video down. I've talked a lot. I had a lot to say. I'm gonna have to chop out a lot of it because right now I'm on probably 30 minutes and that's way too long. So I'm gonna edit a bunch of this stuff out, but oh, keep thinking of things. I don't know who put this on here. This battery. To charge it, you see that port? I didn't even close it right. There's a cover that goes over that right there. You got to get a cord. So you got to get on your knees like I am right now. Open that cover and stick a cord receptacle up into the side of this thing, and it's in between the frame and right below this cable and above the chain guard. And you got to try to get it in there, and your hands don't fit in there, so you're fumbling around. So this to me was an after, this battery wasn't designed for this bike, because anybody that was designing it for this bike would have put your charge ports over here where you could get to them easy on this side, or somewhere else that you can get to them. I don't like that. That to me is not engineered well. I would have put it on this side. They might have a reason why they did it over there. I just can't figure it out. I don't think so. I just think it was just the way the battery was designed and it was put on the trike. It's part of this hub drive assembly. That's where the rubber meets the road right there. That's the thing that helps you. That battery and this. And a bunch of electrical components and sensors that help it decide what it wants to do. Oh, this flag. If you buy one of these from Terra Trike, it's going to come apart. These little things start to, the wind tears them apart and they start to unravel because this is nylon cut. You can see them right there. See those threads? So the way I mitigated that is I tried melting them and sealing with the lighter, and you can see where I burned them a little bit. That didn't help. What helped is I took Elmer's glue and put it on both sides of my fingers, and I just simply ran it down both sides, and it pretty much stopped the nylon from coming apart. It was like cat hair. It was just falling apart. So if you get one of their Terra Trike flags, take Elmer's glue and put it on both sides of your fingers and just run it down each one of these until it dries, and then it dries clear, and it keeps the threads from coming off. Anyway, folks, if you like my videos of my Terra Trike Charge, like and subscribe. And I think the next ride we'll do is to the City of Rocks, and then I'm going to do Tombstone, and then when it warms back up, I want to do Lincoln, where Billy the Kid raised Cain back in the day. And Lincoln, New Mexico is where a bunch of stuff happened. Anyway, I hope y'all will have a nice day.